Let's get on to happier things down in South Australia. Now, you might know if you watch this program that Mitcham Council, one of the wokest councils in Adelaide, a few months ago they gave their support to the Voice to Parliament, and then along came another motion put up by the Mayor, Heather Holmes-Ross, whereby the council would give $40,000 to the Yes campaign. Now, this money was to be spent primarily on a big event where they would encourage residents to come along, undecided voters they wanted, to encourage them to vote yes. Now, that decision was made back in June. It didn't get any public attention once the Advertiser, the paper in Adelaide, picked up on it earlier this month. So that's quite a few months in between. Lo and behold, after the Advertiser picked up and there was some publicity, well, there was an extraordinary meeting called at Mitcham Council. It was held last night. Residents packed out the public gallery to come along, give deputations, tell the council, please, we don't want you to spend $40,000 on the Voice to Parliament when you're not filling in the potholes and maintaining the footpaths. And lo and behold, the council overturned the $40,000 worth of spending. They also refused another motion which was put up by another councillor to divert that $40,000 to other matters of reconciliation that the council is apparently involved in. Now, colour me cynical. They've made the right move. I don't think there's any doubt about that. But back in June, a majority of councillors supported spending $40,000 to promote the Voice to Parliament, and it went mostly unnoticed. No one said a word or raised a concern about it for 2 or 3 months. And then finally, when someone picks up on it and it turns up in the paper, all of a sudden there's a meeting to change it, and all of a sudden a majority of councillors don't support spending $40,000. I wonder why that might be, and it just proves the point. These people will try to get away with anything they possibly can. Sunlight is the best disinfectant. Yeah. And I know when it comes to councils, you know, we often don't get involved in them as residents because we go, you know, piddly mobs running their little fiefdoms. But they get our money compulsorily through our council rates, and when residents speak up, like they did here, you can actually achieve results.
Governments are literally the one service provider that it doesn't matter about the quality of their service because we have to pay them under threat of incarceration. That's literally why we pay our rates, we pay our taxes, but we're essentially paying for a service, which in this case, these ratepayers weren't getting. I give you my money to say clean my windows, and you're like, hope you don't mind, spend it on my pet hamster, love him heaps. In fact, I'm going to start flying banners, handing out pamphlets about my hamster, and I want you to love him as much as I do. That is how utterly ridiculous people have got to see it when we're talking about local councils wading in on this kind of thing. And you've got to, I could not believe that there was then a subsequent motion put up. So clearly, I don't know whether this was the councillors just being like, oh, but we're not bigots or anything. It did lose 6-4. But there was then an immediate subsequent motion put up saying, how about we give $37,700 to reconciliation then? It's like it's the same thing, really. You still want to spend all these ratepayers' money on something that has nothing to do with your job.